Hi and welcome to another Married to Reselling video. My name is Simon and together with my wife Faye, we resell mainly on eBay and Amazon. Coming up as usual in this video are sales from the barn. That's stuff that we've sold online recently. But first, just wanted to share my excitement because I got a haul today. And isn't it funny just how things just work out sometimes? So I play football twice a week and the lads keep kicking the balls over the fence, and often they go into like bushes and we just can't get them out. So I was off to the hospital today because I'm doing hand therapy for my two fractured little fingers, and on the way back I thought I'd pop to the new sports shop in a town near me. And my plan after going to that sports shop was to go to like a community charity shop that I've not been into for ages, just to see if I can pick up some stuff for Amazon. But as I was driving to the sports shop, I passed an independent charity shop, just a little tiny shop. We used to actually buy all their books from them. We used to sort of intercept the rag man who took away all the bric-a-brac and books and stuff, and at that time, it was about a year ago, we used to get their books. And unfortunately the premises that they were in then flooded, and they moved, and we kind of didn't really start again after the move. But we do pop in there every now and again, and because it's independent, you know, the prices are just great. And actually, interestingly, just talking about that, Carbon Chris was saying the other day in his live about how sort of charity shops will probably be off the high street as we know them. I think he said by 2030, if not sooner, and I largely agree with that. I mean, the big names, they're so deluded on what they charge. We as resellers are their perfect customer. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's true. And there's charity shops shutting down left, right and centre. And to be honest, there's something that a reseller said to me a while ago. We were kind of talking about the principles of reselling, and one thing, I was having a WhatsApp conversation with them. One of the things they said was, don't be greedy. And that really has kind of stuck with me. And I think about that when I'm listing stuff, because, you know, if you watch our videos, we get stuff so cheap. And actually going back to the car boot Chris live the other day, you know, he was saying if there's profit in it, you know, think about what you paid, not what you think it's worth. And quite rightly, people were saying in the comments, you know, something is only worth what someone's willing to pay. And I think we, you know, I think we could all probably hold our hands up and say that maybe we're a bit greedy sometimes in terms of just holding out. You know, I can think of times when we've listed something high and had an offer maybe like half of what the listed price was, never took it, and that item stuck around for a year after that. And you know, and every time you see it, you know, I'm thinking of those instances. Every time I've seen them in the inventory after that, I always thought back to that offer and just wish I'd accepted it at the time. And yeah, and so as I was saying, I think we can probably, I know I certainly can be guilty of that. You find something that you think's worth a bit, so you list it high, and then, you know, for one reason or another, maybe you know, you just never get back round to lowering the price. You know, you had a go, it didn't work out after a week or two. Nobody had any saved searches for that item, you know, no one was looking for it, and that's probably the time just to go in and like slash the price and move it on at, you know, a fairer or more reasonable price, however you want to kind of word that or look at it. Going back to the charity shops, don't be greedy. You know, they get their stuff for free, and you know, in my opinion, the pricing in many of them is out of touch, I suppose is the best way to say it. But that's not really what I wanted to say. I was just talking about this local independent charity shop, and I think those are the ones that will survive, the ones that are still rough around the edges. You know, this place that I went to today, you know, it's so disorganized, but that's great, you know, and people are rifling through the clothes, and we don't sell clothes, but I bet there's some good stuff in there, and I bet it's really cheap. As I was driving past to go and buy my footballs, circling back to the story about how, you know, it's funny how things worked out. So I was headed for the sports shop in the car, and I looked over past this independent charity shop, and they had these light bulbs, and I just went and grabbed a set, because if you're watching our videos, you've seen that we're selling these, and they're doing all right, and we picked them up really cheap. And as far as we knew, I think I got 5 boxes. We spent 15 quid, So that would have been 100 bulbs we got for 15 quid. I was driving past and I saw a box of them sitting out the front, just as they were the last time we picked them up. A little sign on them saying 50p each, so 50p for one of these. There's 2 bulbs in there. Or take the whole box, which was 10 boxes for 4 quid. So I pulled up at the sports shop, hot-footed it down to the charity shop, went in there. They remembered that I'd bought the last lot, and I said, have you got any more? And they said they are everywhere, and pointed behind me, and all under the clothing racks, the boxes of them were sitting there, and I've got them all piled up. It's very dark down in this corner, but they're all here, and I got 22. That was all out of focus and very dark, but I've got 22 boxes, so I've got 440 individual bulbs, selling them as 4-packs, so it's 110 4-packs. So I'm going to make, you know, £500 out of that. And I was just passing by, and I was only there because the lads keep losing the footballs on a Monday and Tuesday night. I planned to go to a different charity shop, but I didn't need to because I filled the car with those boxes, and hoped to make some good money. I suppose that is why I could never niche down. Me and Faye could never niche down into one thing or another. We wouldn't be selling all this Christmas stuff. But yeah, really happy. So there we go. Right place, right time today, just because of some sloppy attacking on the pitch that I was over there. They actually get apparently donated by the council. So hoping to see more next time I'm driving past, not holding my breath, but yeah, really happy with that deal. Anyway, now it's time to check out some sales from the barn.
These vintage Jersey pottery retro triangular candle holders, they're made of ceramic, they're going out, there's 2 of them there. They cost 3p and sold within 4 months for £12.74. Then we've got these vintage decoupage Christmas tree baubles, 9 of them. They were free from a house clearance and sold for £17.99 within 48 hours. Then we've got this picture frame. It's dark wood, suitable for a photo, 10 by 8 inches. That cost 3p, sold within a month for £15.29. Next up is this vintage Hornsey Regency mug, which is blue. That costs 50p, sold within 11 months for £9.99. Then this Clear Skin by Avon blemish clearing a hard treatment cream, that costs 3p, sold within 2 months for £8.99. Then this metal love sign freestanding, cost 3p, sold within 2.5 months for £10. Then this vintage boots flip photo album, so there's a sleeve with 3 albums in there, cost 3p, sold within a month for £19.99. This Johnston's of Elgin woolen spun merino lamb's wool grey with glitter, had that forever and just listed it about 2 weeks ago, and it sold for £19.99. I've put it as £1, but I have no idea how much it costs. I think that was in a job lot from either our charity pickup or from auction, probably auction, because I think I've had it over a year. Then we've got these vintage Woolworths Christmas decorations, 6 of them. They were free from house clearance, sold within 24 hours for £19.99 to a repeat buyer. Then this vintage Art Cuisine tart flan quiche dish, milk glass with flowers, that cost 50p, has taken 2 years to sell for £9.99. Wow. And then these mould Portugal plates, 6 of them square with like a rib design, they cost 3p, they've taken 6 months to sell for £15. And then this vintage Arcaroc Octime black dinner plate glass, that costs 3p, has taken 8 months to sell for £8.50. And then this vintage Biltons colour roll spring bouquet casserole dish with lid, cost 3p, has taken 7 months to sell for £14.38. Got this Constmead snowflake LED light set going out, and that cost 25p from the Christmas lot and sold for £22.49 within about 6 weeks.
We had a message, we sent an offer to the customer, we had a message from the customer asking the size of the snowflakes. Of all the measurements we didn't put in the listing was the size of the snowflakes, so they're 25 centimetres, and when we replied to that message, they bought them straight away, so that was nice.
Yeah. Then we've got these Constmead candle lights, 20 clip-on red fairy lights. They cost 25p as well, and they sold for £29.99 within a month. Next up are these Star Wars Monopoly metal playing tokens and brass coins from the collector's edition, sorry. They were free and sold for $8.99 within a week.
Yeah, we got 2 of these from the house, well, one from the house clearance and one from the cupboard, the game, and one was complete. And, or out of 2, we made 1 complete game, which we've already sold.
Yeah.
And I just pulled these out, so I thought there might be some interest, and yes, there was.
Yeah. And then this pair of snow globes, they're both the same, snowmen, and they cost 25p as well, and they sell within 5 months for £12. Antique Minton China Aster plate is going out. That costs 3p, sold within a week for $9.99. Then we've got these vintage avocado dishes, 4 of them, textured bark. They cost 3p, sold within 2 weeks for £12.99. Then we have this vintage Christmas sitting girl ornament. That costs 25p and sold for £7.49 within a month.
Is that vintage?
Yeah.
By a post.
They do. And then this vintage watercolour print of like a French village. That cost £1, sold for £8 in a year, so that's old. Glad to see that gone. That was on Vinted. And then these coasters, Leonardo collection birds, different bird patterns. They cost 25p, sold for £8.50 within 2 hours on Vinted. Got this Premier glitter water spinner going out. It's got Father Christmas inside. It's battery operated LED lantern thing. That cost 25p and has been listed 2 months and sold for £29.99 on eBay. And then also this Halloween Venetian eye mask, that costs 3p, sold for £6.99 within about a month. We've got loads of those. Got this Johnson Brothers Eternal Bow oval tablecloth and matching napkins going out. If you know about sort of vintage pottery and stuff, you might be familiar with Eternal Bow because they did a dinner set and it's in all charity shops. Wherever you go, you'll see it. But yeah, I've not had the tablecloth and napkins before. They cost 3p for the lot and sold for £14 on Vinted in a month. And another vintage sale is this sunset photograph, framed and mounted. That cost £1 and sold for £5 in 11 months. Is that really how long it took? Blimey.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. We've got these...
Oh, I don't know how long it's been on Vinted for.
Oh, right. Okay. Probably not 11 months, to be honest. We've got these fairy lights, multicoloured flashing, 10 metres long, green, on a wheel, easy for me to say. Sold within 2 months. They cost 25p from the big Christmas lot we got and sold for £13.49. And then this antique oval marquetry Victoria mirror, like you can see the marquetry there. This was from the same house clearance we got all the Christmas stuff from back in the spring. It's a very nice mirror, quite heavy, cost 44p and sold for £50 and 62p plus post within 6 months.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. We will see you again very soon. Bye for now.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of